with CK from NorCal Bottle Shops. The Frey Ranch Rad Radio Single Barrel Pick number 1 will be available in 20 minutes at all NorCal Bottle Shop locations and online at norcalbottleshops.com. Lorenzo says, go Center High School, class of 02. What year is CK?
99.
Oh, not far off.
Wow.
God, you're a youngster. You
He
punk.
is. I know.
God. Michelle says, all right, you know, as soon as we start talking about how you can find stuff, we're going to get a few of these. Michelle says, I have not been able to find my favorite cider. I'm in Solano County, and I have called many local stores, but I have not been successful in finding it. So now I'm asking for CK's help. Can he find my coveted beverage? It's Woodchuck Cider, specifically their amber cider, which is their main product. If he can get it for me, I will be coming to the Rad Pottery World event next weekend, and I could swing by one of their stores to pick it up. A trunkful should suffice.
I will look into that. And
I have her email. I'll save it for you.
Awesome.
What about this? We got a few people. Jesus and Matthew and others are asking about pure white Hennessy.
That's not available right now.
Matthew says it can only be found in the Caribbean. Is it?
Yeah,
it's not available. That one. Nice try, guys.
Yeah, that was rude. I knew that.
He knows it's only available.
Yes.
So why don't you just ask for Cuban cigars while you're at it? Which we totally can't get you. Barbie says, is CK single?
No, sorry. Thank you.
And
appreciate it.
I don't know if I don't remember if we touched on this on the air or not, because you and I talk all the time. It is actually an arranged marriage, right?
Yes.
You guys have been together, and you think that's great. It's obviously worked out great. She's a lovely woman.
Thank you.
But the people think, no, that can't work.
So, there's the old-time arranged marriages where you didn't even get to see your spouse before the wedding night, right? I mean, you didn't even, that's how my grandparents were. Then my mom and dad, that changed the process a little bit. They were walking by, saw each other, and that was it.
Yeah.
Whereas my time, we actually had a couple of dates before we decided that, yes, I think we're going to be compatible.
So
we were arranged. We were engaged for a year before we got married.
Was it set up though? The meeting was set up by
Yes.
the two families.
Yes.
So the parents come along and say, "This is what the coupling we want," but you get to go out and confirm you're compatible.
Exactly.
And then you said, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
I don't need to look any further."
No, I'm lucky. I'm very lucky.
That's amazing.
Yeah, not only did you win the lottery with your wife, but your kids.
Oh.
And I know your daughter's off to college on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
breaking
my
your heart. I thought you were
God.
gonna fall apart on me yesterday.
It is so
that's so
hard.
Now,
hard.
It is so hard.
She's gonna be the super duper doctor person.
No, she's gonna be the pharmacist.
The artist is going to be the super duper doctor person.
yeah,
That's the middle kid.
Yes.
She's insane. She is her art is incredible, but she wants to be an oncologist? Oh, that's right.
Neurosurgeon.
A neurosurgeon.
Whoa,
And she
that
will be.
is incredible.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, where's your
and
daughter going to college? The one
UOP.
this Sunday.
Yeah, she's
oh,
gonna
okay.
go to UOP.
Yeah,
But
my
yeah,
brother-in-law went there.
I am so glad that all three of my kids got the genes of my wife's side for studying.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'd be running liquor stores.
Here's a great one. Brandon wrote in and said, not much of a drinker. Can you explain the whole meaning of different proofs?
Yeah, I mean it all depends on when everything that goes into the barrels, it's gonna have it goes in at 80, 90 proof, right? But then when it comes to the barrels, each barrel, that's why we pick the single barrels, because the proof is different.
And what exactly is proof? What does that indicate to
It's
people?
the alcohol percentage in the bottle. So 67, like that one is I think 67%. So 67%
Not
of that
proof,
bottle,
that's the alcohol
That's the
percentage,
alcohol.
right?
So 67% of the bottle is actually alcohol in there. So
And the higher the proof, the stronger.
the stronger
It is. I mean, for
yes.
people that are like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And Frey's just straight, which is an amazing, what they put out on their straight was like $80 or so a bottle.
Yeah.
Usually. Just their day-to-day drinker. It's incredible. It's replaced almost all of my whiskey. It's so
Wow.
good. And that is about, what, 80 proof? 90 proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy
So,
guacamole.
The
90.
the Frey Ranch Rad Radio single barrel that we're releasing in 15 minutes topped in at 134.8 proof.
Yes.
But it doesn't drink
What?
like it.
Nope.
Not at all.
And this is the thing.
It went over.
Have you had a sip yet?
I haven't yet.
Okay,
No, I'm
because,
waiting.
Because this yesterday when we opened the bottle, it's better than I remember it.
Yeah.
When we picked it a couple months ago.
Yes.
And it goes through this process after we pick it, and then it gets put in the barrel, and then it gets bottled.
Right on the nose. I just took a nice whiff of it, and
with a higher proof alcohol, it tends to burn the nostrils or even singe the nose hairs. But this, it's just nice, leathery, silky, smooth. It doesn't have any bite to it on the nose at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking 100% is as high as you could go.
No.
Apparently not.
Well, no, remember, there's a difference between percent and proof. This bottle is 67% alcohol. It's 134 proof.
Still, though, I'm thinking, right, like we're going to land on some even number like that.
By the way, Ian wrote in and said, I thought Frey Ranch was under the radar. I'm probably going to have to start hoarding it now before they start putting a premium on it. Well, I don't know. They're a hell of a family, and it's a hell of a product. It really is. And there's a lot. This isn't a Frey Ranch commercial. There's a lot of great bourbons and whiskeys out there. We just we did an Elijah Craig tasting recently for a single barrel, and it's just exploded. But Colby and Ashley, they're just such a great family.
Yes.
And Russell, who's the what's his official?
Master
He's
distiller.
He's just great. So they're a really cool family, and they're out in Fallon, Nevada. And they've shown us a great time, and we're just happy to be teamed up with them. So this will go on sale in 14 minutes at NorCalBottleShops.com and at the 4 locations: Rockland, Marysville, Carmichael, and Folsom. And yesterday when I was at the Folsom Bottle Shop with UCK, I said before I tasted it, I said, yeah, Dawn's not going to like it. Because when you were here last time, whatever, I forget what you brought last time, but Dawn was like, "Yeah, that one's too much for you." Because you're not a drinker, and you're not a Scotch drinker
I'm
at
not
all.
a drinker, not much of a drinker, not a Scotch drinker. Yeah.
But when CK brought in an Elijah Craig on his first visit, you actually like, whoa, I actually like that.
Yeah.
But when I tasted this yesterday, and I don't know if it's just because I'm just so far more of an advanced drinker than Dawn, or if I'm on to something here, I was like, oh, I think Dawn might really like this.
Yeah.
Because Brandon's already picking up on the nose doesn't burn.
Not at all.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't like the burn.
Yeah, I don't get it. So Brandon, I want you to take the first sip.
All right.
Because I want to know if what your reaction is, if it's as good as you remember or different, or
Oh my gosh, it's like it's almost like caramel candy. It's got this wonderful warmth to it. There's no burn. I mean, once it starts going down a little bit, you can feel the heat, but it is non-existent on the tongue at first. There's no burn at all, and it is so
there's
good.
Yeah, there's only the burn, the finish burn.
Yes.
The finish.
God, it is.
It's a long-lasting
Oh my
finish.
gosh.
So I haven't tried it yet, but I will tell you, I would use this as a candle. The smell's really good. The more I swish it,
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've been watching CK. I'm like, what's he doing? I see him swishing around. So I'm swishing around, and it's like kind of down below, and it's like, yeah,
So
the
when you're
smell's
swishing
coming up,
it,
and I'm
basically
like, ooh.
you're adding a little bit of air into it. I mean, we've had it in glasses for a minute.
okay.
But when you swishing it and you're kind of adding a little bit of more air into it, and it just lets that little bit of extra alcohol out of the way, and it just sits
Oh,
on your
perfect
tongue
for
there.
me.
Yeah.
And so the process is that we get invited up to Frey Ranch with CK, and we spend the day there, and we taste a series of different barrels. These are just barrels that are sealed. Because usually they make their regular bourbons they combine a bunch of barrels.
Yes. So the difference, we've talked about it before, is basically this is a single barrel. So whatever was in this barrel all came to us. It didn't get dumped into a small batch. Small batch will contain of like 200 barrels at a time, where they'll water it down to 90 proof. There's no control of proof here. There's no control of taste here. Everything's the way it is.
And so we go through,
crazy.
and you taste these different barrels, and and there's, I don't know, 10, 15 of us, because the Frey people are there, the guests are there, and you quickly pick out, all right, these can go. We don't want these.
Right away.
For whatever reason. And it's not always the youngest ones.
No.
This is a total fallacy. People think, oh, yeah, as long as it's 30 years old, it's going to be great. No. Sometimes it's 8.
Yeah.
Do you remember the age of this one? I don't remember the age. You remember,
I don't
Brandon?
remember.
I don't remember what
I
this
think it
one
was
topped
like 5.5 years.
out. Come on. And it's
a
just
youngster.
And it's just amazing. And then we whittle it down, and then you get down to like your top 2. And with this particular one, because we've done a few different tastings now, this is just our first bottle. For this one, CK and Chris, who works for Frey, and I all knew right away this was the one.
Right away.
We didn't have a second choice. But there were a few people that had second choices or had a different first choice, which was our second choice.
Yeah.
So then you have to clear the room, and you have to do a blind tasting where they mix them up. You don't know which one you're tasting, because you've been at tastings where suddenly people are like, yep, this is the one I liked, and it's not.
No.
It's completely different.
It's totally different.
Oh, wow.
So when
This
we
is all really hard work,
crazy.
by the way.
yes, it's
It's daunting.
I mean, I just got back
It
from
sounds
Kentucky,
awful.
spending 4 days there. It was so hard.
Yeah.
Drinking bourbon.
It's awful. It's a
You know,
terrible life.
like 6 o'clock this Western time.
Oh, you poor
know,
thing.
You know,
And it's like it's ugly there too, you know.
Yeah.
So, all that
Traveling.
beautiful greenery.
And so, we spend a day at Frey, and they're bringing us free sandwiches to make sure we don't pass out.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, barely worked with Kyle.
Well,
And then you do the blind tasting, and we go, "Yep, this is the one." They put it, and then they bottle it up for us.
even at the blind tasting, right? Me, and Chris, we picked it right away, and I think your wife then decided to pick this
Yeah.
because when we did the blind tasting, because she already had her mind set on one barrel.
Yeah.
But then when we did the blind tasting, she's like, "Oh yeah, I like this." Well, that's the one we all like.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And her
crazy.
first choice was our second choice.
Yeah.
And so it was great. It was a great time. By the way, we got Martin emailed in because we get this question a lot. He says, "I'm interested in how I could get my own barrel made."
Oh.
Mm.
Can just regular Joe Schmoes they can't do it. You got to do it through us.
you got to go through the bottle shop or your local retailer that you can work with. But yeah, if you have enough people that wants to do a certain barrel, you could do it. But it's just depends on if the retailer is willing to work with you or not.
Go ahead and give it a try, Kyle.
Give it a
And
try?
Dawn, give it a try too. We're going to talk to Marlena real quick. Go ahead. Hello.
Hey, CK, Marlene. I used to be your sales rep.
Hi, Marlena. I remember you. How are you?
I'm fabulous. I just am so happy you were doing this, and I called my dad. He's going to go down to the Rockland store and get me a bottle today.
all right.
Awesome. It's a pleasure hearing
So-
from you.
Miss you and say hi to your wife.
Yes, sure will. Thank you.
Sweet.
And make sure your husband gets there at like 9 o'clock or right now because
Yeah.
these things are going to go super, super quick.
Yeah.
Meg wrote in, wants to know, can you recommend any gluten-free whiskeys?
Can we get gluten-free whiskeys?
Do you even know any
No.
off the top of your
I
head?
mean, the whiskey world. I mean, it's made with corn
Yeah,
and
that's
wheat,
tough.
and so you can't.
If it exists, you could get it.
if it's out there, I'll look into it.
We'll hand all these emails to
If-
CK.
If your gluten thing is from allergies, go see Dr. Patel. Like, I don't know, maybe you have celiac disease, then forget about it. But I mean, because don't you want to drink your whiskey?
Exactly, and that would be at Granite Bay Allergy.
I mean, like, you
another
miss
Indian,
out.
by the way.
You miss out on a lot of liquor.
power.
Taking over, taking over.
Hey.
Kyle, what'd you think?
I think it's delicious. I really like the onset when you sip on it first. It kind of melts in your mouth almost. I know it's liquid, but it doesn't. It does. It's very smooth. It's kind of like butter, and then it has a slight little burn at the end, but it's very
Yeah.
comforting. It warms your body up so nicely.
And boy, Brandon, you nailed it with that caramel. There's some serious. And Queenie, I saw you drinking it with your not booze tumbler up on RADTV.
Yeah, I don't know if I should be cross promoting, but I am. It's really good. I am by far not the person like Brandon and Kyle and Rob and Dawn. You guys are all really, really great with foods and drinks, and like you have a really beautiful palate as far as being able to explain and pontificate upon what makes it so great. But for me, just as somebody who's kind of a gutter pig, this is just really amazing. Like, that's all I can really say is it just tastes really good. And I would just drop an ice cube in this and drink it as it is.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
There's
Ice
nothing
cube
wrong.
be good.
Nothing
That would
wrong
be
with
good.
that.
I think it's sweet to include me in the category with them, but yeah, I'm more of like a hillbilly redneck when it comes to describing things.
But you know, like tasting stuff.
Well, I think that Kyle summed it up for me in the sense of where I enjoyed it. It's weird. For me, it's smooth and it does taste good, but I also get a burn.
Yeah. Well, there is supposed to be a burn.
Which is kind of nice.
But that one I had no burn, whichever one that one was. But it is good.
I know.
But I still get the burn because I'm a baby.
And,
but it is, you can taste how good it is. And yeah, that warm. Oh God, like if it's cold outside and snowy and just.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I just
yeah.
need a cigarette.
First of all, a couple things.
We sell those too, by
My
the way.
belly feels so warm right now.
I know it's like so easy. Oh, well, of course you're saying that because you want to help CK sell them. Well, hopefully you listen enough, you know enough that we're describing it literally as we're experiencing it too. When we made this pick, we didn't pick it because this will be a mass appeal.
No.
Look, there's only 150 bottles. We were going to sell them no matter what. It just turns out this is an extraordinarily approachable, incredible bourbon.
I mean, if anybody was to say, I could swear by this. I mean, this is the best barrel I've. I mean, I think we're on to our 15th barrel that I've done. I'm not even kidding you. I mean, I put away a case for myself, but just because I want to make sure I have enough supplies just to last through.
And this is it. This is the only bottle that'll ever be like this. And it does have a little Rad Radio sticker on it. That's very nice.
I know, I love that. That's so cute.
And it's available in 4 minutes at NorCalBottleShops.com. When they're gone, they're gone. You can also go to Rockland, Marysville, Carmichael, and Folsom Bottle Shops. Same thing, 9 a.m. There are 30 total bottles that have been hand-signed by the entire Rad Radio team, including my wife, who was on this trip.
Yep.
They will be available only at the Rockland and Folsom Bottle Shops beginning at 9 a.m. They order online. They can either do pickup or delivery or shipped.
Or
right?
shipped.
And those are all limited numbers as well.
Oh, this is making me so mad.
What?
Because damn
okay,
it.
Dawn? You
having a reaction?
No, it tastes good, but then I get the burn.
Yeah.
It goes away quick.
No, I don't like the burn, but it does taste good.
It is.
So this sucks.
Well, and that nice warmth that you had,
Yeah.
that you were describing. So if you're either adjusted to it or you like it, CK and I can again testify to the fact that we spent all day yesterday sipping through this, and that warmth never went away.
Never went away.
Again,
Does the burn go away?
if you're
Yes.
not,
But you
if
guys
you're
don't
not,
get burned, do
no,
you?
no,
Yeah.
we get the
'Cause
little
you guys
bit.
are,
Little
you
bit.
guys
But
are.
if you're not pounding it, if you're drinking just a little bit, and this is the other thing about bourbon is people don't realize you actually drink less.
Yes.
When you're drinking out of smaller glasses and you're pouring less, and it's every hour and a half, you're pouring yourself maybe an ounce or two,
If that.
and you milk it.
Yeah.
For
I
another
mean,
hour. And I mean, last you said you went to bed last night around 9 or 10, and you like, oh,
Yeah.
and not in that, oh, I'm passing out drunk.
Yeah, and I woke up fresh this morning, and it wasn't, and that's the whole point of getting a higher proof is that because then you don't have to drink as much
Well, but
to
I w-
get buzz or enjoy your drink, and
Yeah.
imagine having a cigar with that. And
Oh,
I want to make sure people understand. Like, I don't even drink. Yeah, like barely ever.
Right.
You
No,
know what I
that's
mean?
important to
So
point out.
it's like, yeah.
So what if you were to have it over an ice cube? Do you feel like that would take away a little bit of the burn?
Oh.
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
that the ice is cooling down the drink, but the burn is coming from the alcohol content. But I feel like the ice will cut that just a little bit.
Yes.
Because I want to try that. I want to be able to sit and have some with my husband.
So in the
Maybe
ice,
I'll try
so
the ice.
we've talked about this before. There's no shame if that's how you like it. Although a lot of whiskey drinkers, at bars, they get in arguments. Oh, you're not really a drinker. So the ice does a couple things. It helps open it up. Obviously, it dilutes it a little as it melts, but there's a chemical reaction that occurs from the whiskey getting colder, correct? And that will make it more approachable to Dawn's palate as well.
Exactly.
So try tonight when you take the
Yeah.
bottle to Gary. Try it with you. Just do it over ice
Damn,
right
we
away.
got
Yeah.
God kids coming over tonight.
Oh,
well,
boom.
then you'll need it, right?
Yeah.
Definitely give them a little sip, and they'll fall right asleep.
We got this note from Jessica. You were on with your barrel pick from Frey Ranch. This isn't the one that we were on. And she says, my husband and I bought the last one of the hand-picked Frey Ranch single barrel whiskeys that CK did and was on your show with. It was amazing. I'm not a huge whiskey fan and honestly have never had top shelf whiskey. When we would drink the bottom shelf whiskey, we would get crazy, sometimes blacking out and not knowing what happened, and then super hungover. Not with the Frey Ranch whiskey. First, no chaser needed, and I always need a chaser. What a fun high, quote unquote, as well. We were giggly and had so much fun, drank half the bottle between the two of us and woke up with zero hangover.
Oh, geez.
We will be getting this new bottle today. I'm so excited for the weekend.
Yes, no, it's amazing.
It is.
Frey, Kobe and Ashley, I cannot say enough about them.
No, and they're huge, and they are huge maggots. So that matters to a lot of
Oh,
people.
yay,
They
good
are
morning.
giant listeners.
So going back to the no hangover thing, I can attest to that because when we went up to Reno, we did the tasting. I mean, you can see on the video, I black out in the limo. I pass out. I'm
You're so
out.
hammered.
I wake up. I eat some food. Yeah, I'm still a little buzzed, but the next day, the hangover, very, very light. Yep. Very light.
and he had consumed a lot at that point.
No, he was just tired. He was lying.
Yeah.
He was just
Visually, you
Yeah.
can see.
I was so tired I couldn't walk to the room.
The elevation.
I'm like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is not pouring more as he's slurring. He is.
Well, and he
I'm
did-
like,
Well,
Much of it went on his shorts.
Exactly.
And
Yeah,
shirt,
oops.
too. Those videos are at RADTV at members.radradio.com.